Greeting of the day. Dear learner, in this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the third method to find out the solution of Lagrange's equation. Lagrange's equation topic comes under the partial differential equation. So let us see what is the third method. So third method is method of multiplier. So when we use the third method, so in this method, when it is not possible to obtain both the solutions by method 1 or by making use of method 2. Method 1 is called method of grouping and method 2 is our method of substitution, right? So when we are unable to find out at least one solution by using the method 1, then in that case we use method of multiplier. That is the first requirement. Now the second constraint is that we cannot get both the solution by either method 1 or by making use of method 2. Then as a supplement we will use this method of multiplier. So what is this method of multiplier? So in this we select a set of non-zero multipliers. Say I am denoting it by LMN, which are a function of either x, y, z or maybe a constant, such that this Lagrange's equation, each fraction of Lagrange's equation is equal to L dx plus M dy plus N dz upon Lp plus Mq plus Nr. So here I am using the component of property of the fraction, ratio and proportion. Now the question is how to select this LMN. What is the condition required? So condition required is that you have to choose LMN in such a way that Lp plus Mq plus Nr, means this denominator of this fraction must be equal to 0. Then according to the property of the fraction or proportion, this numerator will also reduce to 0. That is L dx plus M dy plus N dz equal to 0, which can be integrated to obtain the solution. Now first we will try to make Lp plus Mq plus Nr, that is denominator 0. Sometimes we may not have the case when this denominator is equal to 0, that is denominator is not equal to 0. In that case we select LMN such that L dx plus M dy plus N dz is equal to differential of Lp plus Mq plus Nr. It means the denominator, this numerator is nothing but a differential of denominator, which will give us the solution. So like this the method of multiplier works. So let us now in this case we may need some formulae. So let us have the set of formulae. So it is just like a derivative of product, differential of product, first into differential of second plus second into differential of first. So it is just like a product rule. This is just like a quotient rule. And the next one, next important formula is this differential of log of y by x. On simplification gives us like this. So we need to remember this set of formulae, and as and when required we may use it to get the desired solution. So let us try to understand this by the set of examples. So here I am taking the first example, that is solve x into y minus z p plus y into z minus x q equal to z into x minus y. So as per the procedure of solving the Lagrange's equation, the requirement is that we will have to put it in the standard form, that is pp plus qq equal to r. So it is already in the standard form. We will identify capital P. Capital P is x into y minus z, capital Q is y into z minus x, and r is z into x minus y. Accordingly we will write the Lagrange's auxiliary equation. So we get Lagrange's auxiliary equation as this. Let us call it as equation 1. Now try to apply method 1. Is it possible to consider any two fraction in order to get the solution? So answer is no, right? We cannot have any two pair to obtain the desired solutions. So obviously we have to switch to the method 3, that is method of multiplier. The question is how to select the multipliers. So as I told you that here we have to select multipliers in such a way that the denominator reduced to 0. So now if you observe this carefully, so what is the observation, that here I am having x, then y, z, the next it starts with y, z, x, and then next z, x, y. So x, y, z are in cyclic rotation in each fractions, as well as their power is what, same, that is 1. So in this case we can take the multiplier as 1 1 1, right? When we have certain quantities in a fraction as of same power, as well as they are in cyclic rotation, then these constant multipliers are sufficient to get the results. So taking multipliers 1 1 1, then each fraction of this equation, each one of them must be equal to, so component property 1 and multiply and divide by 1. So 1 times dx, 1 times this, plus here again multiply and divide by 1, so dy and this, plus the last one. So what we have, so each fraction is equal to dx plus dy plus dz upon x into y minus z plus y into z minus x plus z into x minus 1. And if you check this in rough, what you will find, that this comes out to be 0. So therefore, as denominator is 0, so according to the property, what we have, numerator also takes the value 0. So we have dx plus dy plus dz equal to 0, right? So therefore, on integrating, we get integration of 1 with respect to x is x, plus integration of 1 with respect to y is y, plus integration of 1 with respect to z is a, right? A is the constant of integration. Now in order to get the first solution, leave this constant, you will get first independent solution. So that is u is equal to x plus y plus z. Like this we have obtained the first independent solution. Now what we do, our aim is to obtain the second independent solution, right? Second independent solution. So what we do, so if you observe carefully these three fractions, so we find here x is common, y is common, and z is common. So what we'll do, we'll try to cancel out this common factor. So this get cancelled if I'll multiply by 1 by x, this is with 1 by y, and this is with 1 by z. So therefore the next set of multiplier is nothing but 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z. Then each fraction of equation 1 will be equal to 1 by x dx plus 1 by y dy plus 1 by z dz upon x gets cancelled, we are left with y minus z plus y gets cancelled, z minus x plus the last term x minus y. This on additions give you 0. So like this we have 1 by x dx plus 1 by y dy plus 1 by z dz is 0. And now this is integrable. So integrate, integration of 1 by x is log x, integration of 1 by y with respect to y is log y, and similarly integration of 1 by z with respect to z is log z, that is equal to log b. So we have, here we apply law of logarithm, log a plus log b plus log c is log of abc. So we have log of xyz is equal to log b. Now taking an antilog, log will get cancelled, what we have, xyz equal to b, and leave this arbitrary constant b, what we have is the second independent solution, that is v equal to xyz. So in this way one can easily get the solution. So therefore now we will write the final solution. Therefore the required solution is phi of uv equal to 0. Remember, as I told you earlier, that here in place of this phi you can use any symbol, but provided it should not be used earlier, right? I can write f g like this. So phi of uv equal to 0, put u and v and get the desired result. So therefore we have now reached to the solution of this particular equation. Okay, now let us try to go in depth with the help of the second solution example. So that is solve. This is the example. Now it is already in the, just check whether it is in the standard form or not. So it is in the standard form. Accordingly we will write Lagrange's auxiliary equation. We can easily write Lagrange's auxiliary equation. Now once we get Lagrange's auxiliary equation, have a look at this equation carefully. So what we find? Here we find x common, here y common, z common, and terms are symmetrical, right? X, then power of y, power of z, then start with y, power of z, power of x, like this, right? So these are, there is a symmetry, some kind of symmetry I am observing. So what we do, as I told earlier, that if we find some terms common, try to cancel out with that and try to get that desired answer. So if I cancel x, so what is left? Y square minus z square. Then here y will get cancelled, so plus z square minus x square. So z square cancel. Now what we have? Y square, and then here minus x square. So y square minus x square. Then here it is, z will get cancelled, so x square minus y square. So like this, roughly we will check whether the this process will work out or not. So yes, this process works, that is cancellation of this common terms. So for this we need the multiplier as 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z, right? So therefore each fraction of this equation equal to 1 by x dx plus 1 by y dy plus 1 by z dz, right? So we find that all terms get cancelled, reduced to 0. So we have finally 1 by x dx plus 1 by y dy plus 1 by z dz equal to 0, which on integration gives us log x plus log y plus log z equal to log a. So this gives log of xyz equal to log a, and which on taking anti-log gives us xyz equal to a. Leave this arbitrary constant, so we have u as xyz. So therefore we have obtained first solution. Now what about second solution? So go back to the previous page. So again, now here what we are finding, this we have cancelled, so we have got first solution. The second solution must be independent. So what we do, we'll try to make the power of each term similar. They are in cyclic rotations, x, y, z, then y, z, x, like this. So we'll try to make the power similar. So for this I cannot adjust the power of these terms in the bracket because they are in subtraction. So only possibility is left with the term which is outside. So for this what we do, we will try to make it as x square. So in order to make it x square, what we need? X, right? So we will multiply this by x, this by y, and this by z. Like this we get the second set of multiplier, that is taking xyz as a multiplier, then each fraction of equation 1 is equal to x dx plus y dy plus z dz upon, now just check it out whether it is 0 or not. Yes, it is 0. So therefore x dx plus y dy plus z dz is equal to 0. Integrate. Now as I discussed earlier also, if I am taking such type of form, so to have a uniformity or for the sake of simplification, I can take the constant also in the similar form. So I'll write b by 2, so that 2 will get cancelled throughout. What we get? X square plus y square plus z square equal to b. So this gives b as x square plus y square plus z square, and in this way we have obtained the second solution. So therefore we'll write our final solution, that is f of u v equal to 0. Putting u, putting v, we get the desired solution. So in this way one can get the solution using Lagrange's method. Now I hope these two examples are sufficient to make your ideas regarding the selection of the multipliers. Now let us check your understanding with this third example. Solve. So this is the example. Now what we find here? Here I am finding two types of terms. One is xyz and another is mn and lmn, right? So we can have the advantage by taking this multipliers with the set of lmn as well as with the set of xyz. So let us try to get. So given equation is in the standard form. We'll write Lagrange's auxiliary equation. Okay, now concentrate on the term of xyz or on lmn. So suppose if I'll concentrate on the term of xyz, so what we have term of lmn. So what we find here, if suppose here we have m, right, here also m. What is the term available over here? X, here it is z. So if I want to cancel out the term of m, so what I have to make? I have to make this as zx, and here also it is as zx. So So this needs to be multiplied with x and this needs to be multiplied with z. So accordingly the middle multiplier must be y. You can check this roughly whether it makes 0 or not. So let us take multiplier as xyz. So each fraction of equation 1 will become like this. Now let us check it out whether it is 0 or not. Yes, it is going to be cancelled. Sometimes we need to add change the sign x minus y or like this if it is not working. Here there is no need. Here it is xyz. So like this we get 0. So therefore x dx plus y dy plus z dz is equal to 0. Hence we get a desired solution after integrating. So that is u is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Now again I need another solution. So here I have focused on m. Now I will focus on m. So I need to cancel the term of z. Okay, I have to cancel the term of z. So coefficient of z over here is m, whereas coefficient of z in this term is l. So in order to cancel this term, this needs to be multiplied with m and this needs to be multiplied with l. So that's why the second set of multiplier is lmn. Work it out in the same way. You will find it will reduce to 0. So L dx plus m dy plus n dz equal to 0, which on integration gives us a desired solution. So therefore V is Lx plus my plus nz. Hence we have final solution as f of phi of uv equal to 0. Substitute u and v. Now let us have the next question, that is solve y plus z times p plus z plus x times q equal to x plus y. It is already in the standard form. Accordingly we will write down the auxiliary equation. Now see here. Here we have in the first term I have only the term of yz. Here is zx, means one variable is missing. Here in each term one variable is missing. So what to do in this case? Can we apply method 1? Yes. If I want to apply method 1, I need the variable x and y. Z is extra, which does not get cancelled. So I don't have the option of applying the method 1. So we'll go with the method 3. Now I have to select the multiplier. So what should be the multiplier? So we'll select the multipliers 1 1 1. Obviously there is no chance of getting the 0. So we will opt for making the denominator as a differential of numerator. So 1 1 as a multiplier, we get dx plus dy plus dz upon y plus z plus x plus y. Similarly, next we take 1 minus 1 0. So we have 1, so dx minus 1, so minus dy upon this one. So accordingly, next we can take 1 0 minus 1. So we have dx minus dz. So in this way I am having 3 new fractions. What we do in order to get the solution, we will consider any 2 fraction one by one and we will obtain the solution. So let I consider the first 2 fraction. Right. So this can be written as 2 times. Now what we find that the derivative of denominator is in the numerator. Here also if we adjust, derivative of numerator is in the denominator with, if I will take minus sign common. So what we get, integration of this is half of log of x plus y plus z. I will take minus common, so it is log of x minus y plus log a. Just rearrange, apply law of logarithm. So multiply by 2 and bring this term on this side. We have such type of term, log of x plus y plus z plus log of x minus y whole square. Here it will be 2 when we will multiply by 2 and that goes to power according to the law of logarithm. Log of a raised to m is m log a. So we have log of a raised to m. Similarly here also law of logarithm. Now log a plus log b is log of a into b. So we get such type of terms. So taking antilog we get the first solution. So therefore x plus y plus z into x minus y whole square is equal to u is the desired first integral. Similarly, if I will consider second and third fraction, so integrating, simplifying in the same manner, I will take the derivative of this term is not the numerator, I'll have to take minus sign common. So taking minus sign common from both the terms, now the derivative of this term is in the numerator. Minus sign will get cancelled. So on integrating we get such type of terms. So therefore log a minus log b, so log of a by b. So we get a second solution. Therefore the required solution is phi of uv equal to 0. Substituting u and v, we get a required solution. Now let us take another example. Solve x into y square plus z. It is into this. It is already in the standard form. Now what we find here, even though I am getting the term of x, y, z, but there is no uniformity. No uniformity means I am not getting the equal power for all the terms. So in this case we will think about this. So first of all, try to cancel out these terms. X common term. So we will take 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z multiplier. So you will find that the terms will get cancelled. Okay. Now integrating this, we get a desired solution. Now the next one, for the next set of multiplier, if you observe this, here what we have, here we have x which gets cancelled. Let us try to make the power of this same. So it is x square, y square. Here also if I want to cancel out this, what I have to do, I have to multiply this by y. So y square, right, x square, and here it is x square y square minus. It will get cancelled, and here we are left with xz, and here we get the term of yz. So this needs to be multiplied with 1, right? So let us see whether we get the result or not. So we take xy minus 1, check it out. So we get 0, integrating and obtaining the solution. So like this we get a desired solution. Now let us have the next example, that is solve y square plus z square p minus 2y cube plus xz equal to 0. We will rewrite it in the standard form. Now here you can observe that if I can consider the second and third fraction to get the solution. So considering second and third fraction, x will get cancelled, minus x. You are left with this variable separable form, integrating and obtaining the answer. So in this way, in this method, in this problem, by using method 1, we get the first solution. Whereas not possible to get the second solution, so we will have to take the multiplier x, y, z. If you observe that x, y, z, 1, 1, 1, 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z, all these are nothing but a frequent multipliers. So if you are not getting anything, then try with this, you will definitely get the answer. So with this, we have reached the solution. Now let us take the last example, that is z square minus, so we will write it in the standard form. Again I observe that I can consider the second and third fraction, as well as here I can take the multipliers x, y, z, because here y, z, here we have x, z, x, y, such type of terms. So let us try to make them x, y, z. So here x is missing, so we write x, here y is missing, so y and z, like this. So what we find? We find such type of terms which will reduce to 0. So this gives you 0. On integrating, we get the answer. Again, as I told you that we can consider the second and third fraction. X will get cancelled. I am completely having the term of y and z. Let us cross multiply and arrange the similar terms, collect the similar terms. So we find here these two terms are nothing but differential of yz. So here we have completely term of y, this is differential of yz, completely term of z. So integrating, we get the desired answer. So in this way one can get the desired solution. So with this we have I have tried to explain all the possibilities covered under the method 3. So go through this video carefully, try to understand how the selection is being done and how the simplification are getting done. So thank you for watching the video. Keep learning, keep uh, understanding the things. So you can check your understanding what is C by U. So that is check your understanding with this set of examples. Try to get the answer of this. The answer you will find the answer of this in the description, in the link given in the description box. Go through it and check whether you understood the topic or not. Thank you for watching the video.